Well, that's the draw for you. You guys can talk to us on Twitter and, of course, on Facebook. Well, it's the game between Manchester United and Arsenal. That's definitely the outstanding one in the quarterfinals of the English FA Cup this season. Who will win it, Arsenal or Chelsea? Arsenal or Manchester United? Remember, Arsenal, they are defending champions. And for Manchester United, all the players actually under Louis van Gaal, none of them have won the FA Cup presently. I think the last one, Darren Fletcher, has left to another club. Can any of them actually get their hands on that trophy? And both of them, Arsenal and, of course, Man United, they've won the cup 11 times each. Let's just take a look at what the papers are saying this morning, starting with Complete Sports. And is the showdown in Paris, which is the game between Chelsea and PSG. That's the big one here. And, of course, the FA Cup is also there. And another one is on the top corner, you have United gets green light to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. For how much? That's the question you really need to ask. And Idea is saying that he craves a first Wembley appearance. Okay, let's see if he can actually take his team West Brom to that. Okay, moving on to the next one is a Sporting Life. And this one is saying Ibrahimovic will wreck Blues. We'll see how that will happen tonight. And Kershey to get shut up order. That's on Eagles' job. A new contract could be $3 million monthly. Big Boss must be loyal to NFF. Documents not ready. Board members move to stop a $120 million deal. That's on the top corner of Sporting Life. And another one is PSG and Chelsea. Costa back to shoot down Luis and others. And Manchester United, okay, £245 million for Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale. We know that is definitely a dream.
I like this part of the season where you get to hear different stories flying up and down. Definitely things that might not happen, that will not happen. Just
that would never happen.
Wishes of the fans and agents actually pushing stories to take up the worth of their players, because definitely it plays a big part in getting huge fees for certain players. So definitely that is something that always happens.
They just put it there.
They just put it out there. So we're not really surprised by those stories. But the FA Cup, something storied, something nice. Talking about Manchester United and Arsenal, 22 titles between them, the most successful teams in the history of the competition. Definitely United and Arsenal, all competitions since 2004, Arsenal haven't really, I think they've won about just 4 games or 5 games over United. So it's not something Arsenal fans would have been really looking forward to, getting drawn against United at Old Trafford. But, it's the FA Cup. A lot of things happen. You go there, it's just one match. Because right now, United will meet Arsenal twice this season.
What they did yesterday, the first half was goalless. The second half, they actually came into the party. And it was after Marouane Fellaini actually made to play up front. That was when the bite was there. Manchester United, this is a team, the way they're playing right now, it's almost like the way they were playing under, the wrong one or the right one, talking about David Moyes. It's almost, but the difference is they are getting results. 19 games now.
I actually do not think it's the same thing, because
but they're getting results.
They are getting results.
The way they play, you don't really see that Man United that we need to.
No, it's something that will come gradually. The fear factor of Manchester United was lost under David Moyes. So gradually, teams can actually also come to Old Trafford and believe that they can get a crack at Manchester United. So gradually, once they get on this their winning run again and start looking very hard to beat, which they are right now, 1 loss in 19 games, it shows you that there's something happening. They're in quarterfinals of the FA Cup. They are third in the league. Apparently still playing very well. So, the thing is, the problem is that with a big club like Manchester United, people are not really interested in. Some other people are not interested in the results. They just want them to play really well. Remember back in the 90s when Arsenal, the back four of Tony Adams, Martin Keown, Tony Adams, Steve Bold, Winterborn, and Lee Dixon. They were called boring Arsenal. They would win 1-0, but they were effective.
And I think that's really what people really want to see.
Somebody like Van Gaal is a stubborn man.
Okay.
What he cares about is the results.
Okay, now look at Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney, it's more like the man who's anchoring the midfield, and this is not the Rooney we used to know. He loves playing up front. Is this really a good position for him?
I don't think the fact that he's a very intelligent footballer, will tempt you to play him in different positions. But I don't think where he's currently playing for Manchester United, he didn't play that position yesterday. I don't think where he's been playing for the last 3-4 games, I don't think that's his best position, because United have players like Anders Herrera that can actually play that role very well. And we saw that yesterday. So I think Rooney is being underutilized if he's dropped deeper in the pitch. I think he should be, even I think the problem is Van Gaal wants to use Van Persie, Rooney, and Falcao in the same team. But I believe if he plays Falcao and Van Persie up front and Rooney just behind them, maybe it could be more effective. But he has a lot of talents in that team, so it's going to be hard managing them. But the main thing is, however you manage them, make sure you get a result
out of it,
and that is what he's been doing.
And make sure they play well.
And that is what he's been doing.
Okay.
Get a result.
I just want to see them playing very well. That's what I really want to see. Okay, now UEFA Champions League, of course, the matches for today will be our focus. PSG and Chelsea is definitely the big one. Last season, remember what happened? It was just a wiggle rules. That's how Chelsea were able to get into the next round. But this time around, Jose Mourinho wants to see a different team. Of course, Shakhtar Donetsk and Bayern Munich will also be in action. But let's just listen to Jose Mourinho. When we come back, we'll talk more on the game between Chelsea and PSG.
Different team. We have some different players. We change a little bit the profile of our game, the identity of our game. I don't want to say we are better or we're not better. I'm saying that we change the profile of our game. So I believe that tomorrow, Parc des Princes will see a different Chelsea than the last season. Champions League is always and also a motivation for every team. So welcome Champions League. 2 big matches, big opponents. But I think everybody is happy to play.
Well, they're definitely happy, and of course they're favorite to win the tie. With PSG, well, they had a lot of injury worries this time around. Johan Kabaya and the likes, they're injured, and of course their game on Saturday wasn't really a good one, losing, well, 2 men. Of course, they ended the game with 9 men, and they had to concede 2 late goals while the game was in 2 minutes. And of course, they ended up drawing that game. Not the right moment to play Chelsea.
Not the right moment. Lots of injuries. Okay, there's a likelihood that Mota, Marquinhos, and the other Brazilian, Thiago Silva, might get to play, but it's touch and go for those 3. A lot of other injuries, So Sergi Aurier, the Ivorian, Johan Caballé, you talked about him. On the other hand, Chelsea, the only person that is not playing in this match will be Mikel Obi. That is not fit to be selected is Mikel Obi, because he's actually in London. He didn't travel with them to France. So Jose Mourinho, I think this is what he wants. He likes the situation where he is right now, going away to play the first leg, just the way it happened for him last year. Only that I think the difference will be. Yeah, the difference will be. I don't think Chelsea will lose 3-1 this time around. Last year maybe you could say they were still caught out sort of by surprise by the Parisian side, but not right now. Mourinho, master tactician, he's seen it, he's been through it. He would know how to try and contain these guys. Definitely with with the injury problems Paris Saint-Germain have, it's really going to be a tough one for them. So maybe a draw.
Give or take a draw.
A draw in this particular one. If Chelsea don't get victory in this particular game, I'm leaning more towards a Chelsea victory, but let's see a draw at the end of the day.
Okay. Now for Bayern Munich, of course, they'll be in action. Shakhtar Donetsk, because
I feel bad for Shakhtar Donetsk.
I feel for them, yes.
They've been on break. Yes. They haven't played football in a while. Bayern Munich, the Bundesliga season just resumed. 4 games into the season already. We saw what they did at the weekend.
You don't do that to a team.
8 goals.
8.
So
they should have allowed one. There was one that was almost scored, but it was disallowed at my offside and all that. But maybe that.
This Bayern side, wow, it's not a good time to meet them. But the thing about the Shakhtar team, mostly lots of Brazilians in the team.
Okay, let's look at this man, Ian Robin. Now, this man orchestrated the whole midfield on Saturday. I think that is the man we'll also be looking at. And he said something that he's playing very, very well, simply because Pep Guardiola is someone you can even call at 3 a.m. and he will be ready to talk football with you.
Yeah, it's the same thing we saw. Stephen said, you can call him up at 3 a.m. and you talk about football and everything. So he's into the game. That was why when he left Barcelona, he said he wanted to clear his head of football for a while. Wow. Because I think when he's in football, he's into it deeply. So definitely that is the benefits Bayern Munich are getting in this particular world. You know, if you see players like Robben, you would say, I actually know what they can do. They always do. They'll drift to their left side and take a shot. But because they are too good, you cannot stop it. You know this is what they would do, like a Messi, like a Robben. This is what they would do. But how do you stop it? You know, so you just try, make sure you're on your best that anytime you come up against him, and hopefully he doesn't have a very good game, because most times he's always unstoppable. Even if it looks very predictable what he's going to do, he will still find a way to do it.
Okay. And another thing is, he said he's a player that he will not just stop learning. And another thing is, no matter how old you are, you can always learn something new, and that's what he's learning under Pep Guardiola. And looking at the play,
how old you look.
Okay, not how old you look. Okay.
No matter how old you look, because
he played for Real Madrid, he played for Chelsea, and now at Bayern, and it's as if this is actually his best moment in football. And now, Shakhtar Donetsk, of course, I do not envy them, but the coach, well, he said they really want to win for their fans. Remember, they haven't been in competitive football since December 10th. That was the last time when they played in the Champions League. And of course, they've been in Brazil actually trying to, play 1 or 2 games and all that, but not playing competitive football haven't really helped them at all. Let's listen to the coach.
We feel this. We are very disappointed that it's not finishing. But we try to give to our supporters, remain in that zone, the satisfaction to see our team playing for them.
Came back from Brazil, of course, they need to play in Lviv. That's where they will be playing their game, definitely not their home ground. And well, we just can't.
For a minute, I actually I forgot the Ukrainian side. I thought they were Brazilian.
Okay.
Because they have lots of Brazilian players, and of course, training in Brazil. So it just makes you forget that they are actually not the Ukrainian side.
I think they were actually able to hold on to their star player. That's the guy who scored 9 goals at the group
equaling
stage.
Ronaldo's record. Good one. Apparently, the thing is, maybe people are just still watching him to see if he can continue performing on this level. You know, he did that. It could be fluke. Remember the Monaco guy, Dado Perso, that scored 4 goals when Monaco won 8-5 against Deportivo or whatever. You know, so definitely want to watch him and see if it's the real deal. Maybe if he continues this way, then next at the end of the season he might be snapped up.
No, definitely Bayern and Donetsk. I mean, probably on Monday.
I think an away win for Bayern.
Okay, win-win for Bayern. Okay, all right. Armstrong, of course, Lance Armstrong, that is the man in the picture right now. $10 million. He needs to actually refund this money after winning 7 titles. I didn't get.
He should pay back. He should pay back, because the story is that he went in 2006 when during the investigations, when there were lots of allegations and accusations targeted towards him that he was on steroids and everything, that he kept denying. You know, this company actually withdrew from paying him what they were supposed to pay him, because they felt, you know what, it's tainted and everything. And he went to actually sue them to get payments to get that payment. So he was paid about $7.5 million, you know, knowing that it wasn't honest. Now he's come out, he's confessed, you know, that he did this, he was on drugs and everything. Of course, they will come back for their money, because you sort of forced their hand. Yeah. You forced their hand into paying you that money. It wasn't like they were paying it for you as part of sponsorship. They didn't want to pay you that money. They were holding it back, and you decided to take them to court of arbitration, which made them pay you that money. Now it's been found out that you were a liar, you were a cheat, and you have to pay them back their money with damages and lots of things. Yeah. So I think the $10 million is just the start. I think he will get more. Yeah, I think he will find out more lawsuits and everything.
Okay, I don't envy him at all.
He might just file bankruptcy.
Oh, not a good word. Chinesa, thank you so much for joining me on the program.
Anytime, always a pleasure.
Well, we'll definitely leave you with pictures coming from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. You know, what he did at the weekend on February 14 had to raise, funds for the hungry in the world. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Business Money is up next. Bye for now.
My name is Zlatan Ibrahimovic.